Good evening and thanks for watching. I'm Dan Martin. Police arrested a man involved in the murder of Angeline Fimognari Friday night. Today, the family spoke out about the death of their loved one and the capture of her suspected killer 1 week after the senseless crime took place. Julie Loper has the story.
18-year-old Jamar Houser is in jail and charged with aggravated murder and aggravated robbery 6 days after 80-year-old Angeline Fimognari was murdered in the St. Dominic's Church parking lot. Houser is accused of shooting Fimognari in the head as she walked out of the church Saturday morning. Fimognari's family was told Friday evening that her alleged killer is in custody.
Closure and happiness for her whole family, because we're really worried about them catching him.
The community rallied around the family in the days leading up to Houser's arrest. Calls and tips flooded the Youngstown Police Department, hoping to give any clues to find the shooter. I got condolences all the way from Los Angeles and New York. So people really were outraged and really cared. And they knew what a special person she was. The family is thankful that the Youngstown police are working around the clock trying to find those involved in the murder. And this goes to show you what happens when the police force come together and what they can do. Police stress this is still a very active investigation, but the family hopes justice is served in the brutal murder of their loved one and the case can be closed very soon. I'm happy they got him, and I hope they punish him to the full extent of the law, and I hope they do it fast, and I hope they take care of anybody else out there, because I don't think it should happen again. Houser's arraignment is scheduled for Monday morning. In Youngstown, Julie Loper, 27 First News.
In the meantime, though, Jamar Houser is no stranger to the law. He does have a lengthy criminal record, and that has many wondering why this young suspect wasn't already in jail at the time of the murder. Jerry Ricciuti joins us now with more in-depth. Jerry?
Well, Whitney, at the time of his arrest, Jamar Houser had not one but two pending criminal cases in court, causing some of Angeline Fimognari's family to wonder what might have happened had Houser not been able to bond himself out of jail.
She'd still be alive, going to church every day, watching my little girls, because that's what she did.
As Al Milano watched in court, prosecutors laid out a sampling of Jamar Houser's previous run-ins with the law before the 18-year-old was accused of killing 80-year-old Angeline Fimognari last month. Authorities say Houser's record dates back to when he was just 14, convicted in juvenile court of receiving stolen property. 2 years later, an aggravated robbery conviction. Then in September, he was accused of assaulting this man, who claims Houser thought he had said something about his father.
He ran up on me, throwed his hands up, and started throwing punches at me. I told him, man, you crazy, ain't nobody talking to you.
That same day, Houser was arrested for reportedly firing a gun into the air outside his house on Volney Road. His bond for that was set at $500,000.
If that bond were still in place, he likely would still be incarcerated, pending trial.
But city prosecutor Jay Masako says after being indicted, Houser's bond was cut to just $20,000, and he was released after posting just 10% of that. Masako says the Mahoning County prosecutor's staff should have been more aware of Houser's record.
All the information that we have is packaged up when someone's bound over. It's sent to common pleas. Certainly they have full access to everything we have.
But the county prosecutor claims city authorities should have done a better job alerting his office.
If the city officials felt that strongly, they could have sent a note saying, here's why we have the higher bond. And that just, the file doesn't have that in it.
When someone comes over with a $500,000 bond and they're relatively young, as Mr. Houser is, it should have been a red flag. They should have looked into it a lot further.
Late this afternoon, we learned Gaines' staff went back to Judge Lou Diapolito today. He'll be hearing that firearms case to request a higher bond. The judge agreed and reset it to $200,000. Whitney?
Jerry, thank you very much. Continuing